Hey everybody, and welcome. If you don't know me yet, I am Heather Hall. I'm a registered dietitian, and I specialize in autoimmune and other chronic diseases. I am also a mother of four, and so I'm excited about tonight's topic, which is teaching our kids to eat healthier. Because a lot of times when I'm working with clients, what I see is that it'll be a mom or a dad or a spouse that will be totally revamping their food and lifestyle changes, and but not being able to take their spouse and their children along with them as they make those changes and change their health. And so I really like to see people take the whole family along for the ride and get everybody on the track to better health. So that's what tonight's video is all about: teaching our kids to eat healthier, but not just our kids, the parents too. So what I've done is I've designed a 30-day family food challenge. And so I would like to challenge you and your family, whatever your family might look like, to take that challenge this summer and see if you can't get your family eating a little bit healthier. So let me just tell you a little bit about what it's all about. So basically, when I put this challenge together, hi there, Eva. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the love. I'm all about keeping things simple and practical. And so I thought, what 3 things could families focus on that would really have the biggest impact on their family's health? And so I'm going to tell you what 3 things that I came up with and why I chose those things. Basically, the very first focus is fruit and vegetable intake, and that's probably no surprise. What might surprise you, maybe not, is that about 90% of Americans actually don't eat the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables in their diet. 90% of us. And hence that's the first focus of this challenge, because fruits and vegetables are amazing. They have a super important impact on our health, and yet the large majority of us are not eating enough of them. For one thing, fruits and vegetables are just packed full of fiber that are going to help keep our digestive systems happy, help keep us regular, help us feel full and satisfied with our meals. They're going to feed those healthy little bacteria in your gut that plays such a critical role in that, we're finding more and more in the health of the entire, not only digestive tract, but immune system, and from there, the entire body. So we want to feed those little guys and keep them happy, and the fiber in fruits and vegetables does that. And, it's kind of like, fiber is kind of like a little broom for our digestive systems. It kind of helps to sweep things along, keep us cleaned out. One of the ways that your body excretes toxins and things is through your digestive tract. And so, the shorter amount of time that those toxins are in contact with the tissues of your intestinal lining, the better. And so fiber helps to keep things moving along there, and even to bind up some of those toxins and things. So, that's important. Fruits and veggies are also chock full of something that we call antioxidants. And antioxidants are kind of like mops for the cells of your body, because they go around throughout the cells throughout your body, and they're basically just like mopping up free radicals, which are little reactive guys that basically cause oxidation and damage and stress to the cells of your body. And so antioxidants help to mop those up and keep our cells healthy, and they can even reverse damage in the cells. So those are super important, and fruits and vegetables are just full of those. So if we're not eating enough, we're not getting enough of those antioxidants that are so important to the health of our cells. And then fruits and vegetables are full of micronutrients as well, those vitamins and those minerals that are needed for every function in our body in order for things to function right. And so it's no wonder that we are having, a lot of health problems these days because our diets are calorie rich and nutrient poor, whereas fruits and vegetables do the opposite. They are nutrient rich and calorie poor. So the first focus of this challenge is focusing on fruit and vegetable intake for the whole family. And I'll tell you later how you decide how much each person in the family should be getting for their fruits and vegetables depending on their age and their gender. Okay, but let's move on to, we've had some more people join us. Hey, Debbie and Jaime, thanks for joining. Okay, so focus number 2 of the challenge is to focus on added sugar intake. So we know that eating a low sugar diet significantly reduces our risk of being overweight, dying from heart disease, developing fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, all sorts of things. But when it comes to added sugars, guess how many Americans are eating the amount of sugar that is suggested? So less than 30%, about 70% of Americans are eating too much sugar. And so when you throw that on top of the fact that most of us aren't eating enough fruits and vegetables, then, again, it's no wonder that we're facing the health challenges that we are today. So the average American eats, guess how many grams of sugar? 22. Sorry, not 22 grams. Guess how many, if it was like a sugar cube, the equivalent of a sugar cube, 22 sugar cubes a day. What is the recommendation? The American Heart Association recommends for women and children the equivalent of 6 sugar cubes a day, or 6 teaspoons a day, and for men, 9. And so obviously we are way, way above what the recommendation is on our sugar intake, 3 to 4 times. All right, and so let's see. So I just feel like, focusing on sugar intake is one of the most important steps that you could do to reduce health risks for your family. And it's a pretty simple thing to focus on too. It's just a matter of being aware, really. Okay, and then focus number 3 is water intake. So, we all have heard the statistic that our bodies are made up of about 60% water, and we're continually losing that water through our skin, urine, stool, sweat. Even every time we breathe, you're losing water. And so we need to be replacing it. When you drink enough water, it helps all of your cells to function properly. It helps your kidneys to excrete toxins and waste. It helps your bowels to work properly. You'll perform better in exercise. Your skin will look younger and healthier instead of dried up and wrinkly, like it does if you're a little dehydrated. But most of all, the reason why I really like to see people drinking a lot of water is because it replaces those sugary, calorie-rich, nutrient-poor drinks that are so prevalent in the American diet. And so by focusing on just drinking more waters, it kind of just by default pushes out some of those less healthy drinks that are contributing to our sugar intake and a lot of other problems as well. So again, a little recap there. Focus number 1, fruit and vegetable intake. Focus number 2, added sugar intake. And focus number 3 is water intake. That's it. Those are the 3 focuses that I want your family to focus on in this challenge. Now, I've created a fun little tracking tool that you can access at my website. So if you go to heatherhallrdn.com, on my blog, you'll see a post about teaching your kids to eat healthier, and you can access that free PDF printable for the Family Food Challenge there. So you'll want to print one off for each member of your family, and then check out towards the bottom of that post, under where you get the tracking tool, there's a section on how to set goals for each member of your family. And so I have it all laid out for you there, a little table for fruits and vegetables, and I have it divided up by age and gender and how many cups of fruits and vegetables that you need to get according to age and gender, the sugar recommendations as well, and then the water recommendations. So again, you go to heatherhallrdn.com and just look for that blog post on teaching kids to eat healthy, and you'll find all of those resources there to help your family get started on this challenge. So I recommend, I'd say, it depends on your kids and kind of where they're at. But I would think, probably ages, I would do this with my 4-year-old. So I would say probably around 4 years and up, they're probably old enough to do this challenge. And just a word of advice when you're doing this healthy challenge, please, please, please be careful about how you approach healthy eating with kids. I say that because there's so much focus on like calories and weight loss, and that's the only reason anybody wants to eat healthy is because they're trying to lose weight and they're counting carbs and they're counting calories. And that's not what this is about. This is about being healthier. This is about nourishing every cell in our body and basically giving our body the tools that it needs to create health and to avoid all of those nasty diseases that are just plaguing not only the adults in our country, but our children too nowadays. And so, yeah, head over to heatherhallrdn.com and grab that challenge and do that with your family this summer. Choose a 30-day period where you can all, focus on it together. And I promise you're going to learn so much as a family as you start, looking at, and as your kids start, reading the labels to see how much sugar is in stuff, and realizing how much water they really need to be drinking. I know my little guy, he's my pickiest eater of my kids, and he always says, "But Mom, I do eat healthy. I eat tons of vegetables. I ate like 2 peas at dinner," and so it's good for them to see and have a place to track like how much their little bodies actually need and how much they're actually getting in order for them to be, healthy and, having the energy that they want and avoiding a lot of those, diseases. My kids, get lots of love coming at me. Thank you. All of those, my kids get all, paranoid because I work with people with a lot of different diseases. And so they're always asking, how did they get this? Or what does that do? And I don't want that to happen, to me. And so I think it's good for them to kind of understand truly what does their body need and what is really in the foods that they eat, because it'll be eye-opening for the whole family. So have fun with it. If your kids aren't meeting all of the goals, don't harp on them about it. Just keep it fun and lighthearted and educational in your approach, and enjoy. I hope this is a great tool for you all. So thank you everybody that joined in the video, and leave a comment and share this video. That helps me out a lot to be able to get this message out to other families about healthy eating, and we'll see you later. Thanks.